Hey everyone, my name is Jessie and welcome back to my channel. And so with the temperatures rising, what better way to cool off than with a delicious fruit tart. And it's super delicious and easy to make, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we are going to start off by making our crust, and so I am taking 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, and I'm using a stand mixer, along with 1/2 cup of powdered sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm just going to give that a good mix till they're nice, well, and incorporated together. Okay, once that's mixed, I am taking 1 stick of butter, and you want to make sure that it's nice and cold. And I just cubed it up just to make it easier to mix. And when it's nice and cold, it makes the crust nice and flaky. It'll be so delicious. And so now we're just going to give that a good mix till we form like nice crumble bits. Okay, so once that's all mixed, then you're going to add 1 egg, along with 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, and so now I am just flouring my work surface just a little bit. And then I'm just going to place our dough on top of it. And we're just going to kind of put together the crust and kind of form it into a little disc just to make it easier to roll out when we're ready for that step. And so next we need to chill our dough. And so what I'm going to do is cover this in some plastic wrap. And then I'm going to pop it in the fridge for at least an hour so that it can chill and firm up again. Okay, and so now we're going to start on our pastry cream. And so in a large bowl, we are going to take 4 egg yolks, along with 1/3 cup of cornstarch. And just give that a good whisk together just till it's nice, well, and incorporated. Okay, and in our sauce pot, you're going to take 2 cups of milk. And I kind of preheated my pot, that's why you see the steam. Along with 1/3 cup of sugar and about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And just give that a good whisk until the sugar is dissolved and it's nice and warm and light and bubbly. Okay, and so now we are basically going to temper our eggs in our bowl. So we're just going to pour just a little bit of our hot milk along with our eggs. And you don't want to curdle your eggs, that's why we're tempering them, which means just bringing them up to temperature and letting it slowly be introduced to the hot liquid. And so let's give that a good whisk. And just continue to add the milk. And just continue to whisk it till everything's combined together. Okay, just give that a good mix. Okay, and so I cleaned out my sauce pot, and now we are going to re-add that custard into this cleaned pot. And we're going to continue to whisk this on medium to medium high heat until it's nice and thick. So just continue to whisk it constantly. You don't want it to burn at the bottom of the pan. Okay, and so this is what our custard looks like so far. It looks absolutely delicious, but we still got a couple more steps to do. Okay, and so we are going to take a large bowl along with the fine mesh sieve. And basically you want to make kind of like sieve it. That way you don't have any egg chunks in the custard. You just want to make sure it's nice, smooth custard. So we're just pressing that through the sieve into our large bowl. And I kind of forgot to film this step, but I added 1 tablespoon of butter after we sieved it. And now we are going to add some plastic wrap. And you want to make sure that the plastic wrap is touching the custard so that it doesn't form a skin. And so that's very important. You want to make sure the plastic wrap is actually touching the custard. And you're just going to let that chill for a little bit, because you don't want to add the hot custard to your crust. Okay, and so our crust is nice and chilled, and I have a silicone mat that has a bunch of inches, that has like 9, 10, 11 inches. And so I'm using a 9-inch Tart pan, and so I want to roll this out to at least 10 to 11 inches so that we have enough crust for our sides as well. So I'm just kind of rounding it out, and I'm just going to start rolling this out. You want to go from top to bottom, side to side, diagonal, and just try to make your crust as big enough to fit your Tart pan. Okay, our crust is nice and rolled out to the perfect size, and so now I'm just going to use the rolling pin to kind of assist me. That's good. So now we're just going to take our Tart pan and roll our crust on top of it. Okay, and at this point, you just want to kind of tuck in any excess, and you want to make sure the sides are covered, the bottom is covered. Just kind of fit the crust into the pan. And I'm pressing it to the side so we can get that beautiful tart design on the side of our crust. Just press it up against the sides and at the bottom and the corners. And if you have any excess, just cut it off like I'm doing here. Be careful you don't want to cut yourself. And this is what our crust looks like so far. Okay, and so now I'm just taking some plastic wrap, and then I am going to need to chill this again. Yes, this crust is a process, but since we've been working with it, it probably warmed up, and so now we want to pop it in the fridge for at least 15 to 30 minutes, just so it can firm up again. Okay, so it's been about 15-30 minutes, and so we're just going to remove that plastic wrap, and now we are going to blind bake the crust. And blind baking just means that we are going to cook the crust without having any filling in it. And so I'm taking some parchment paper and some beans. You can use rice, or if you have any baking beads, you can certainly use that. You just want something to kind of make sure that the bottom of the crust doesn't lift. You want some weight to it. Okay, and so I'm going to pop it in 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes, and so now I'm going to remove the parchment paper and my beans. And then I'm going to pop it back in the oven for an additional 10 minutes, just so the crust can get nice and light golden brown. Okay, and so our crust has completely cooled down, and so see how easy it removed because we had a removable bottom. And look at the beautiful design on the sides of the crust. It looks absolutely amazing. And so now we're going to add our custard to our pie crust, and mine's been chilling for a little bit, so it kind of solidified, but it's still just as delicious and easy to work with. And so I smoothed out our custard, and this is the fun part. You can design it however you want. You can use whatever fruit you want. I decided to use strawberries, blueberries, and kiwis. And now I'm just going to start making my design. Okay, and at this point my niece wanted to help me, and so we are going to do a layer of blueberries. We did about 2 layers of blueberries here. And I decided to add a kiwi in the center just to make it different. And there you have it. And there you have it, a delicious fruit tart. I really hope you enjoyed this video because I, as always, enjoyed making it for you. And if you did enjoy it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click that subscribe button along with that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. But until next time, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.
Bye. Let's do it.